It's happening again. You meet someone who actually matters, someone who sees you, someone who feels safe. And for a moment, you let yourself lean in. You open up. You care. You start to imagine what it could be like to let this person stay. And then, out of nowhere, the panic hits. Your chest tightens, your mind starts spinning. You feel too exposed, too vulnerable, too much. And before you even realize what you're doing, you're pulling away, creating distance, going cold, finding reasons why it won't work, sabotaging the very thing you wanted. And the worst part is, you don't understand why. You don't want to push them away, but the moment you start caring, some part of you decides that caring is dangerous, that closeness is a threat, that the only way to stay safe is to leave before they do. And then comes the shame, the confusion, the belief that something is fundamentally broken inside you. But here's what you need to know. You're not broken. You're not incapable of love. And you're definitely not alone. There's deep psychology behind why some people pull away the moment they start caring. And once you understand it, you can stop punishing yourself for a pattern you never chose. So let's talk about what's really happening when caring triggers retreat. Because this isn't about commitment issues or emotional immaturity. It's about how your nervous system learned to protect you. And that protection, even when it's no longer needed, still runs the show. First, let's get clear on what's actually happening in your brain. When you start to care about someone, your attachment system activates. That's the part of your nervous system designed to seek connection, to bond, to build intimacy. But here's the thing. If that system got damaged early on, if your first experiences with attachment were painful or unpredictable or unsafe, your brain doesn't associate closeness with safety. It associates closeness with danger. So the moment you start caring, the moment you feel yourself getting attached, your nervous system doesn't say, "This is good, lean in." It says, "This is dangerous, get out." And that response isn't logical, it's primal. It's your body trying to protect you from a pain it remembers, even if your mind doesn't. Here's what makes it so confusing. You're not scared of the person, you're scared of what it means to need them. Because needing someone means they have power. They can hurt you, they can leave, they can disappoint you. And if your past taught you that people you need will eventually hurt you, your nervous system decides the safest move is to not need anyone at all. So it creates distance before the attachment gets too deep, before the loss becomes unbearable. It's not cruelty, it's self-preservation. Your brain thinks it's saving you from the inevitable pain, and from its perspective, pulling away is the smart move. Now let's talk about something deeper. People who pull away when they start caring often have a very specific fear. It's not the fear of being hurt, it's the fear of being seen. Because when you care about someone, when you let them in, they get to see the parts of you that you've been hiding. The messy parts, the broken parts, the parts you're not sure are lovable. And if they see those parts and they leave, that's not just rejection, that's confirmation that you were right to hide, that you're not enough, that love is conditional, and you don't meet the conditions. So pulling away becomes a test. If you leave first, you never have to find out if they would have stayed. You never have to risk being abandoned. You're in control of the ending. And control, even painful control, feels safer than vulnerability. Here's another layer. For some people, pulling away when they start caring is about loyalty to their past. If you grew up believing that you don't deserve good things, that love is something other people get but not you, that closeness always ends in pain, then letting someone love you feels like betraying that narrative. It feels wrong, like you're pretending to be someone you're not. And your nervous system, which is wired to maintain consistency, even when that consistency is painful, will sabotage the connection to restore the familiar pattern, because familiar pain is still familiar, and familiarity feels like safety.
even when it's destroying you. But here's what people don't talk about. Pulling away when you start caring isn't always about fear. Sometimes it's about worthiness. If you don't believe you're worthy of love, if you carry shame about who you are, if you've internalized the message that you're too much or not enough, then when someone genuinely cares about you, it doesn't compute. It doesn't match your self-concept. So your brain decides they must be wrong. They must not really see you. They must be confused or naive or acetylene. And instead of letting their care challenge your shame, you pull away to protect them from the disappointment of eventually realizing you're not who they think you are. You're not running from them. You're running from the unbearable tension between how they see you and how you see yourself. Let's reframe this. If you pull away when you start caring, it doesn't mean you're incapable of love. It means your nervous system is doing exactly what it was trained to do. It's protecting you from the thing that once hurt you most.
And while that protection made sense when you were younger, when the people you cared about were unsafe or unavailable or inconsistent, it doesn't make sense now. Because the pattern that kept you safe then is keeping you alone now. It's keeping you from the very connection your heart is craving. And that's the tragedy. You're not avoiding love because you don't want it. You're avoiding it because wanting it feels too dangerous. Here's the thing about this pattern. It's self-reinforcing. Every time you pull away, every time you sabotage a connection, every time you leave before you can be left, you're confirming the belief that drove the behavior in the first place. You're proving to yourself that closeness doesn't work, that people leave, that you're better off alone. And the more you reinforce that belief, the stronger the pattern becomes. It's not that you're broken, it's that you're stuck in a loop your nervous system created to protect you. And breaking that loop requires more than willpower. It requires understanding. It requires compassion. It requires recognizing that the part of you that pulls away isn't your enemy. It's a scared part of you that's still trying to keep you safe from something that's no longer happening. Now, let's talk about what this looks like in real time. You're getting close to someone. Things are good, maybe even great, and then the panic starts. You start finding flaws in them that weren't there before. You start convincing yourself they're not right for you. You start creating conflict where there wasn't any. You stop texting back as quickly. You cancel plans. You become distant. And the person who was so important to you suddenly feels like a burden. Not because they changed, but because your nervous system decided the closeness crossed a threshold. It decided you're too attached, and attachment in your system's logic equals danger, so it initiates the escape plan, and you follow it, even though part of you is screaming to stay. Here's what's crucial to understand. This pattern doesn't make you unlovable, it makes you someone who needs a specific kind of love. You need someone who's patient, who doesn't take your pulling away personally, who understands that your distance isn't rejection, it's fear, who's willing to stay consistent even when you're inconsistent, who can hold space for your nervous system to learn that closeness doesn't always end in pain. And those people exist, but you have to be willing to let them prove it. You have to be willing to stay when every instinct tells you to run. And that's terrifying, because staying means risking the very pain you've spent your whole life trying to avoid. But here's the compassionate truth. You can't heal an attachment wound in isolation. You can understand it, you can be aware of it, you can notice when it's happening, but you can't rewire your nervous system without safe connection. You need experiences that contradict what your brain believes. You need moments where you care and it doesn't end in disaster, where you're vulnerable and you're not punished for it, where you stay and the person stays too. And those experiences, repeated over time, can teach your system something new, that closeness is possible, that caring doesn't have to mean losing yourself, that you can need someone and still be okay. So if you're someone who pulls away when you start caring, here's what I want you to hear. You're not sabotaging your life on purpose. You're not commitment phobic or emotionally unavailable or any of the labels people throw around. You're someone whose nervous system learned to associate love with loss. And that's not your fault. It's your history.
but it doesn't have to be your future, because the pattern can change. Not overnight, not without discomfort, but it can change. And it starts with recognizing that the part of you that pulls away is trying to help. It's just using an outdated strategy, and you can thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently, slowly teach it that you're safe now, that this person is different, that you don't have to run anymore. The next time you feel the urge to pull away, pause, notice it, name it. Say, this is my fear talking. This is my nervous system trying to protect me. And then ask yourself, what would happen if I stayed? Not forever, just for this moment, just to see if the catastrophe my brain is predicting actually happens. Because most of the time, it doesn't. Most of the time, the fear is bigger than the reality. And every time you stay when you want to run, you're rewriting the story. You're proving to yourself that caring doesn't have to end in pain. Here's my question for you. Do you pull away when you start caring? And if so, what do you think you're really protecting yourself from? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video helped you understand yourself better, consider subscribing. We dive deep into the patterns that shape us. Next time, we're exploring why some people can't stop replaying conversations in their head. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.